We all can sense it. Something coming. Something waiting to make its presence known. I've never heard of Cthulhu until yesterday. I've heard of Lovecraft the game, but I never knew nothing about it. I lived a very sheltered life from childhood even up until now, until I started this journey around 4 years ago. Is Cthulhu the same as the Kraken? You know, the Lovecraft? And then, this is wild. I read some of the comments on last night's video that was over an hour long. And, looks pretty terrifying. Our spirits can sense it. Our spirits can sense something coming. It's rising, and it's getting closer and closer. And I've been saying all the while, and you've also, it's powerful. It's very, very powerful what's out there in the spiritual realm. And is Cthulhu lying at the depths of the Pacific Ocean? Because that's what we found out last night. The place, it varies around the 37th and the 47th area, like, I don't know, degree or parallel on the Pacific Ocean, way down there. They say it's like it's where he's kept in a prison down there at the Pacific Ocean, you all. At the bottom of the floor. Hello, everyone. I wasn't going to come back on here, but I started reading some of the comments this morning when I got up, and I thought, oh my gosh, there's so much more. What? My audio is muted? Can you hear me? Okay, that's fine. That's perfect. Somebody said it was muted. This is so much more than what meets the eye, you all. It is. So if we were to go, if there's people who've played that game, the game of Lovecraft. They played it. Lovecraft, the game of Lovecraft. Now I don't even know how to spell it. Okay, I found it. I found out how to spell it. Lovecraft. I'm going to put it there, you all. Listen to this thing about, I didn't read this part right here, but I do want to read this part, you all. I would encourage you to go back and look at the comments, because there are some people who have stumbled upon this video, and they've played that game, and they've actually seen something like that in their life. They have, you all. This is supernatural. It's extremely supernatural. You all look at this too. The horror in clay. And then talking about the dreams. Look at this. Cthulhu mythos scholar Robert Price claims the irregular sonnet, The Kraken, that was by Alfred Tennyson, was a major inspiration, since both referenced a huge aquatic creature sleeping for an eternity. An eternity, you all. At the bottom at the bottom of the ocean, specifically the Pacific Ocean, and destined to emerge from its slumber in the apocalyptic age, you all. The apocalyptic age. Look at this. Robert Price, the other name of Azathoth. You all, I just got to ask this. Look, Introduction to the Cthulhu Cycle. They got a poem. I like poetry. So my question now, the other name of Azathoth, my question now is Azathoth the same as Azathoth right here, the Cthulhu mention, Cthulhu entity, is a deity in the Cthulhu. Yeah, I'm getting my, I did put the descriptions in the video last night. By the way, I forgot to do it right when I edited the video, but I did go back to everything that we spoke on, and that's in the description for every single link that we went to. Azathoth is a deity in the Cthulhu mythos and dream cycles stories of writer H.P. Lovecraft and other authors. He is the ruler of the outer gods, and they may be seen as a symbol for the primordial chaos, you all. Azathoth. Look at these. Remind me of the filament tubes, tentacles like come out the sun is what it reminds me of. Is Azathoth, is it the same as Thoth, the Atlantean? Is what I wonder. Is Thoth the Atlantean somehow connected with Azathoth or Azatho? So let's look at this right here. I won't get too much into it. I don't want this to be too long of a video, but I am so thankful to everyone who commented last night in that video, because it's literally like opening my eyes, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, because some of the things that are written, I think that your spirit can relate to. Your spirit has felt. So this is Thoth. And I hope that surely he's not the same as Azatho. Okay, because I hope not. I just don't like those two names put together. Okay, I don't. Look at all of this. Okay, so they're not the same. If somebody from somewhere feels that they are the same, that's fine. That's fine, you all. But the call of Cthulhu, I want to read this part right here, you all. This is, he's at the bottom of the South Pacific Ocean. And the South Pacific Ocean. See if we can find the image of it. We just use this. The South Pacific. Cthulhu is somewhere. It's right around in this area. It's in a area that's far away from landmass. You know what's in the Mariana Trench too. The grave of it, his grave, his place where he's been hiding, being hidden in the Pacific Ocean. Let's look at this, you all. I'm not going to be on here long at all, but I didn't know this. It's a supernatural horror, and for sure, they describe it. The Horla is an 1887 short horror story written in the style by. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Let's see if we can click this open in another tab. You should be able to find all the links right here, you all. Le Horror. It's like getting a hold of this person right here, you all. Okay. That's okay. We don't really want to read that. We want to read this right here. So, karma. It's an invisible being who sways the minds of others and seems to be the vanguard of a horde of extraterrestrial organisms that arrived on Earth to subjugate and overwhelm mankind, you all. So that's what that book is about, the Horla, in 1887, which Lovecraft described in a supernatural horror in literature. An invisible being who sways the minds of others and seems to be the vanguard of a horde of extraterrestrial organisms that arrived on Earth to subjugate and overwhelm mankind. The novel, The Black Seal, The Three Imposters or The Three Transmutations. You can go, this link will be in this description. You go and look at these yourself. Uses the same method of piecing together of disassociated knowledge. We talked about the disassociated knowledge last night, including a random newspaper clipping to reveal the survival of a horrific ancient being. Wow. Where is that clipping? It's also assumed they got inspiration from the story of Atlantis and the Lost Lemuria. Before he started his story, the work of Lord Dunsay, Ireland, English-Irish writer, The Gods of Pagana. That's kind of blah. It's an unusual piece, you all. Very unusual if you wanted to look into that. Depicts a god constantly lulled to sleep to avoid the consequences of reawakening. So this god is lulled to sleep, so it doesn't want it to be awakened, which stated the heaven of the gods who sleep. They're unhappy, and are they that hear some old god speak while he sleeps, being he's in a deep slumber, you all. A very deep a moon door. They're talking about Lovecraft's frequently rhapsodic mention of a moon door that when tilted will lead characters into a lower region. Is there really? I've seen a door on the moon. I think we've seen a door on the moon, you all. The Call of Cthulhu. The Great Old Ones is what they say they were. They worshipped the Great Old Ones who lived before there were any men and formed a cult which never died, hidden in distant wastes and dark places all over the world until the time when the great priest Cthulhu, from his dark house in the mighty city of R'lyeh, under the waters, which is the Pacific Ocean, should rise and bring the earth again beneath his sway. Someday he will call when the stars were ready, and the secret cult would always be waiting to liberate him, you all. So look at this in the Pacific Ocean. The article depicts this Australian newspaper right here. It depicts the discovery of a derelict ship in the Pacific Ocean with only one survivor. It's in the Southern Ocean, you all. I'm not going to read much on it, but this, look at this. It lumbered slobberingly into the sight and gropingly squeezed its jealous green immensity through the back doorway, and the stars were right again, and what an age-old cult had failed to do by design, a band of innocent sailors had done. After vigintillions of years, vigintillions of years? Great Cthulhu was loose again. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the apocalyptic book of Revelations, when it talks that something massive, some deity is going to be released again from his prison. Released again, you all. Cthulhu is rising. The Kraken. It's supernatural, but it's real. It's all real. And yeah, I just wanted to get on here. I've already forgot about it. I think that's the power that we're sensing that's out there, this energy. What if in the Pacific Ocean, where it's rumored that he is sleeping, held in prison, if CERN, with its magnetic field, it has a magnetic field of a 16.5 Tesla, and the Earth is like not even one. What if CERN can somehow, with its technology, do something that somehow releases it from the ocean, from the bottom of the floor, somehow manages to release this entity? What if it's already been released and we don't know it? And yet it's not coming to its full power. It's like Sauron, Saruman. He wasn't able to gain full power yet to take on a form, but they were waiting for him to gain full power. It's like, it is kind of reminiscent of the Lord of the Rings and stuff. And what we read last night, it was about the Call of Cthulhu. The cover of the book, it talks about rings and circles and stuff, all of it. So I know there's some experts. I know there's some Lovecraft experts out there who know about the power of this entity. And they know you don't want to mess around, because even if it's a virtual world, the powers this entity has go way beyond any human understanding. We can't even begin to fathom the power that it has. And a mere human doesn't stand a chance against this type of power. You've got to have an emboldened spirit, some kind of supernatural power within you also to face that gigantic darkness, that being of darkness. You do. So if you want to weigh in on this Cthulhu, this Kraken, this great old one, this ancient, what did they call them? The outer gods, and they are outer because they got cast out. And, you know, some people have described Earth as a living hell. They have. Yeah, just think, this entity, it's purported that it can literally make itself as big as a continent and as small as a man. That means it could take on human form. Human form. So I'm going to go. Am I going to read all about Cthulhu and stuff? Am I going to try to tap into that energy? Absolutely not. Yesterday was the first day I heard of him. It was yesterday when I happened upon that picture. Someone said that's the same tablet that showed up in Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. Azathoth, the nasty, yeah, Azathoth. We did click into that. Did I put the link to Azathoth in here? This search. I'm gonna put that search in this thing because I clicked on it. I want to only put the links there that we go into. You all. Let's look at that really fast. Azathoth, the Wikipedia, the 8. Well, you can look at this love. Oh my gosh, you know what that looks like? It reminds me of the Predator, the mouth of the Predator, or the Alien. It had a mouth like this, did it not? Look at it looks like it's got eyes all over its body and or heads all over its body. Let me put this on here because I will before I click off of here. I'm going to put these links on here. It's outside the ordered universe, that amorphous blight of nethermost confusion which blasphemes and bubbles at the center of all infinity. The boundless daemon Sultan Azathoth, or Azathoth, whose names no lips dare speak aloud, and who gnaws hungrily in inconceivable unlighted chambers beyond space-time and space amidst the muffled, maddening beating of the vile drums. Oh my gosh, we just spoke about the drums, you all, and the thin, monotonous whine of accursed flutes. Did we not, this past week, do a live video about can you hear the beating of the drum? Did we not? And then we read this, and it's talking about the maddening beating of the vile drums. This is wild. This is getting wilder by the day, you all. It really is. Can you hear the beating of the drum? I want to see all these videos. I want to see that video, you all. For those who may not have, did you, let me see it. I'm over here on my panel. Okay, no, here it is right here, you all. The beating of the drum, look. No, I didn't want to click into it. I did not want to click into it. I didn't want to click into it. I just wanted to show you, you all. I just wanted to show you right here. This was 4 days ago. Can you hear the silence of the drum getting louder? This video 4 days ago. And I think that I never even looked at the comments section. I think all I did was talk about the hearing it and the feeling of it. And now we the maddening beating of the vile drums. Look at all the names this Azathoth is named as. The blind idiot god, the nuclear chaos, the daemon sultan, abyssal, I don't like that word, idiot. The Lord of all, him in the gulf, the deep, dark, the cold one, sleeping chaos, supreme Lord and creator of all things, blind dreamer, king of all, demon bane, primordial Demiurge, sultan. He's immortal. He was born primordial. Powers and abilities are reality dreaming, you all. Astro traveling. He's got a family tree. He's got a family tree. Oh my gosh. They're not playing, you all. They are not playing. People have done some big time investigations into this entity, and they may not have known. It may come about as make believe. Let's see, HPL's own ancestry following the family tree. Look at this darkness, the nameless mist. Azathoth, the nameless mist. Look at that, you all. All of this. First of their respective lines to inhabit this planet. This union was a hellish and nameless strategy. A hellish and nameless strategy, you all. Oh my gosh. Reproduced by fission. Androgyne. Gizith. I'm not going to name them all. You can see this. The dark star Zoth. What is a fissionary being? Fission. What is fission? What is fission? Oh my gosh, look at this. Nuclear fission is a reaction in which a nucleus of an atom splits into two or more smaller nuclei. The fission process often produces gamma photons and releases a very large amount of energy, even by the energetic standards of radioactive decay. We're going somewhere. Can you feel it? I can feel it. We're going somewhere. We're going somewhere with this, you all. Who does this sound like? The nucleus of an atom being split in two. Look at this. Right there. The fission program at the CERN Toth facility. If that being gets released, look at this. Great interest. The Toth facility has focused mainly on the study of the radioactive neutron capture reactions, which are of great interest to nuclear astrophysicists, and on a neutron-induced fission reactions, which are relevant for nuclear technology and the development of theoretical models of fission. Fusion, when two atoms slam together to form a heavier atom, like when two hydrogen atoms fuse to form one helium atom. This is the same process that powers the sun and that creates huge amounts of energy, several times greater than fission. It doesn't produce highly radioactive fission measurements, fission properties. That's all I'm going to say about them. I'm not going to say nothing else about them. I'm not. It's interesting. It really is all interesting. Let me click out of that. But this right here, you all. This right here. Michelle, honey, you got that right. Look at this. Other descendant report for Azathoth. Look at this. Cthulhu, the world, the 23rd nebula, unknown in R'lyeh. Let me click this because I want to see if this is... This is the place right there where he's supposed to be sleeping for all of eternity, and then the time until the time of his awakening. The nightmare corpse city of R'lyeh was built in the measureless eons behind history by the vast loathsome shapes that seeped down from the dark stars. There lay great Cthulhu and his hordes, hidden in green, slimy vaults until the end, you all. Until the end. Look, this is the location HPL right here. They say it's beneath the Baltic Sea, beneath the Pacific Ocean. Um, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. There's 7 circles, you all. 7 circles of this right here. 7 circles. I clicked into it, you all. Let me copy this and put this down. I want to follow every single link that we clicked into. I clicked into that. I don't want to read it. I really don't want to read that right there. I don't. Let me just close that out. I wanted to see this location right here. Beneath the Pacific Ocean. I want to go to see if Google will pull this up. My Google Earth will pull this up on here so we can see it. Close it. Stop it. It's going to take us there. That's the Pacific Ocean, you all. Right there. This is the supposed location of the sunken city of R'lyeh. Look at all these tracks on the ocean floor. It's like right there dead in the center. Right there, you all. I wish it wasn't so, you can see it like, let me straighten this out. Let me do this. It literally kind of is in the middle of nowhere. But that is his location in the ocean. See what it does if we put it right here. Are you seeing this? Let me put this web search here, you all. I didn't mean to go on a journey this morning. I was just going to say one thing. Look at this right here. Check out 47 degrees, 9S, and 123 by Lion with the Head of a Man. Oh my gosh. Lion with the head of a man. Then driven ahead by curiosity in their captured yacht under Johansson's command, the men sight a great stone pillar sticking out of the sea in south latitude 47.9 with longitude 126.43, come upon a coastline of mingled mud ooze and weedy cyclopean masonry, which can be nothing less than the tangible substance of Earth's supreme terror, the nightmare corpse of R'lyeh. What is that? Is that a book? Get all the lyrics to the song. What is that song? Ghost Mozart. Mozart did a piece on that, you all? Why would Mozart do a piece on that? Look. The video is unavailable on Mozart.com. This video, they made it. Why is this stuff coming up down here? Salem, Salem, Salem. I have no idea, you also look at that. The lion head of a, just want to peek at it. The lion with the head of a man. Let me put that link in here. I didn't want to click on it, but I did, you all. I want you to do your comments on here. You got information. We got to get the information out because this thing is here. And I do mean this thing. Oh, let's do this. Shall we go over here? Let me remove myself. Shall we go over here? Google Earth Point Nemo. Finding Nemo. Remember the Finding Nemo? Point Nemo. Finding Nemo. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is getting wilder, you all. This is getting really wild. Finding Nemo. Point Nemo. Look at this. Eerie facts about Point Nemo. The most remote location on the planet of the Earth, June the 27th. I'm looking at this, and this top chat says 444, right as I'm looking at it, you all. 444 for the top chat. You probably can't see it, but maybe not. It says 444, then it dropped to 441 because I showed it. At more than 1,000 miles from civilization in all directions, Point Nemo is unlike any other place in the world. Look at it. Any other. That is a great big barrier, you all. Look at that. Look at this barrier. It's like any other place in the world. People often vaguely refer to the middle of nowhere, but as it turns out, scientists have actually figured out precisely where that point is. Point Nemo, the most remote location on Earth, is so far removed from civilization that the closest humans to that location at any given time are likely to be astronauts. In fact, that is precisely why NASA and other global space agencies have designated Point Nemo in the Pacific Ocean as their underwater graveyard for falling debris. And in 2031, when International Space Station comes crashing down, it will do so there, as far away from any humans as geographically possible. Where is Point Nemo? It's officially known as the Ocean Pole of the Inaccessibility. It's the graveyard. It's the place where Cthulhu is buried, is held prisoner. Or the point in the ocean where the farthest from land, located at this light here. It's quite literally in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by more than 1,000 miles of ocean in every single direction. The closest landmass to the pole are the one of the Pitcairn Islands to the north and the Easter Islands to the northeast, and one island off in the coast of Antarctica to the south. There are no human inhabitants anywhere near Point Nemo. Scientists chose to call the location Nemo because it's Latin for no one. No one. And as reference to Jules Verne's submarine captain, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. The location is so isolated that the closest people to Nemo are not even on Earth. According to the BBC, the astronauts aboard the International Space Station are around 258 miles from Earth's surface at any given time. Since the inhabited area closest to the Point Nemo is more than 1,000 miles away, humans in space are far closer to the pole of inaccessibility than those on land. The most remote place on Earth, not even the man who first calculated the precise location of Point Nemo has ever visited it. Since 1993, two Croatian survey engineer set out to find the exact point in the Pacific Ocean that was the farthest away from any land using a computer program. Moto Nui of Easter Island is the closest landmass to Point Nemo. According to Life Science, the program calculated the coordinates that were the greatest distance from three equidistant land coordinates. It's very possible that no human has ever passed through the Point Nemo's exact coordinates. Isn't there something that in the Pirates of the Caribbean, they did not want to sail around a certain region? In the Pirates of the Caribbean, you all, they did not want to go because of the entity that was purported there. That entity. It's like the Kraken, Dan Raxala. Yes, you got some comments to put about it. You put it here. If you know stuff about the Kraken, the Cthulhu, and all of this stuff, yes. So, Michelle, we're swimming, but we're protected. So, as far as non-human inhabitants, there aren't very many. There aren't very many around the Point of Nemo either. Its coordinates fall within the South Pacific Gyre, an enormous rotating current. It's an enormous rotating current that prevents nutrient-rich water from flowing into the area. Without any food sources, sustaining most life in this part of the ocean is impossible. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead because, according to Lovecraft, that's where Cthulhu's at, the Kraken. Although that's not to say that nothing survives in the region, scientists have documented several bacteria and small crabs that live near the volcanic point, the volcanic vents on the seafloor of Point Nemo. Because Point Nemo is located in what has been described as the least biologically active region in the world ocean, they detected some of the loudest, oh my gosh, they detected some of the loudest underwater sounds ever recorded near the oceanic pole of inaccessibility, you all. In 1997, they detected one of the loudest underwater sounds ever recorded near the Point Nemo, near the oceanic pole of inaccessibility, the loudest ever. The sound was captured by underwater microphones more than 3,000 miles apart. Befuddled scientists at America's National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, were at a loss to think of something large enough, oh my gosh, to create such a sound, a loud sound underwater, and dubbed the mystery the bloop. However, quickly thought of one explanation, you all. When Lovecraft, oh my gosh, can you believe this? Listen to what we're getting ready to read. When Lovecraft first introduced readers to his infamous titular tentacled monster in 1926, The Call of Cthulhu, he wrote that the creature's lair was the lost city of R'lyeh in the South Pacific Ocean. Lovecraft gave the coordinates, which are astonishingly close to Point Nemo's coordinates and where the bloop occurred. And because Lovecraft first wrote about the sea monster in 1928, 66 years before Lacatella calculated Nemo's location, some people have speculated that the pole of inaccessibility was, in fact, the home to yet an undiscovered creature of some sort, you all. Wow. Look at that. The scientists, befuddled scientists at America's National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, was at a loss to think of something large enough to create such a loud sound underwater, until they remembered the call of Cthulhu and the creature's lair at that area right there you are, where the sound occurred from. Look at that. It later sound, look, now they're going to dismiss it. The sound of ice breaking off Antarctica, not the call of Cthulhu. Of course, because you couldn't alert the scientific community or the populace that there's an entity being held down there. No, that would mean it to be supernatural. That means that the power that is held in the hands of those on earth would one day, they know that this thing, when it rises, boom, that power is gone. Point Nemo does, however, have at least one other eerie claim to its name. Due to its remoteness and distance from shipping routes, the area around Nemo was chosen as a spaceship graveyard. Because autonomous spaceships, satellites, and other space junk are not designed to functionally survive re-entry into Earth's atmosphere, the heat would destroy them. So scientists needed an area where there would be an extremely low risk of any humans being struck with flying space debris. With zero population, the oceanic pole of inaccessibility at Point Nemo offered perfect solution. CNN and NASA first started using the region in '71. Since then, more than 263 pieces of junk have crashed. The Russian Mir space station and NASA's first space station Skylab. Although a Lovecraftian monster may not lurk in its depths, Point Nemo is surrounded by the remains of spacecraft that are, indeed, not of this world, you all. Not of this world. So you can see down here at the bottom also, after this, look at Point Nemo. Discover the most unbelievable facts about planet Earth. Then check out the most remote places in all of human history. I put that there, you all. My video, can you hear the silence of the drum getting louder? That came from, it wasn't from this one, it was from one of these up here, you all, I think. Not from this one. One of these that we clicked into, it was speaking about the drums. Yes, Azathoth, whose names no lips dare to speak. It's like Belrock. When Gandalf and Bilbo are in, they're inside the earth, and the great demon of old shows up. But this, listen, and there were drums beating in that one too, you all. There were drums beating in The Lord of the Rings when the entity appeared. And they're talking about the maddening beating of its vile drums and the thin, monotonous whine of accursed flutes. I think we've already went there in the mythos, the unforeseen future. Ancient legends of ultimate chaos, at whose center sprawls the blind god Azathoth, the lord of all things, encircled by his flipping horde of mindless amorphous dancers and lulled by the thin, monotonous piping of a demonic flute in nameless pause. I'm not going to read any more of that. We've already covered that. We was looking at the descendants. Look, oh my gosh, this has all the descendants in here behind the mythos. Hippotole sorcerer might be related to Charles, whatever. It might be these family trees inspired the origins of the Greek mythology gods. Chaos, chasm, Erebus, Nyx, Aether, the ether, the day. Look at this. The chasm, the darkness, the night, the brightness, the day, the earth, the sky, the mountains, the sea, Tartarus, and Eros, desire. This is a good tree. The serpent people, look down here. They're talking about, this is the tree. The outline descendant report, the encyclopedia of Cthulhiana. And down here at the bottom is the serpent people, you all, right there. And look, Khazul Ra, the god Ra, down here at the bottom. I'm not going to click into any more. I'm going to click out. And yeah, this is where we ended up. We wanted to see where Cthulhu was located, and we found out right there. The human onlookers. It's a hideous. The Kala Cthulhu is the only portion of the city, this R'lyeh, that emerges in a single hideous monolith crowned citadel in which Cthulhu is entombed. The human onlookers are awed by the sheer immensity of the city and by the frightening suggestiveness of the gargantuan statues of bas reliefs. The city has vast angles and stone surfaces too great to belong to anything right and proper for this earth, and impious, with horrible images and disturbing hieroglyphs. The geometry of R'lyeh is abnormal and non-Euclidean, and loathsomely redolent of spheres and dimensions apart from ours. The strange architecture of the city makes navigation on foot disorienting and treacherous. Surfaces that appear flat may be actually tilted, and angles of masonry that appear convex at first glance may actually be concave. In Lovecraft stories, R'lyeh is sometimes referred to in the ritualistic phrase, I'm not going to say it because I can't say it. It translates, in his house at R'lyeh, dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. Waits dreaming. Look at this, the location right there. You can see it. The same place of Nemo, Point Nemo. Right there, you all. And oftentimes, when the ISS goes over that area, the satellites, the data is shut off. The cameras are shut off as it goes over that specific area. Have you ever thought, why does the ISS have one of its paths going straight over that area? Why does it? Why that area, you all? It literally does. I wonder where it's at right now. The EOLSG.nasa.gov. No, I'm not going there because I can't find the right one. But if you go there, you can see that is one of the tracks that it takes right over that area. Look at this. In the Futurama episode, Decision 3012, look, a code or war. 2012, R'lyeh, is one of the nations that is represented at the nomination convention for Travers, who is running for the candidacy of the President of Earth. Look at this. It's also personified as a character in the 2020 book, The City We Became. Oh my gosh. What, the city of R'lyeh? I'm clicking out of it, you all. This is, can you hear the drums? Silence of the drums getting louder, you all. This right here, 4 days ago. This book right here, let me get out of it. Let me get out of this. The Call of Cthulhu. Take me back over here, you. I'm gonna end it with that, you. I'm gonna put all of these links that we went to in here because this is a major piece of the puzzle. And we're gonna references. We're gonna put all of this in here so you all can see that I documented everywhere we went. Boom, it's in there. It is Luna Shine, honey. It's blowing me away too. You all, please give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button because this stuff ties in spiritually, symbolically to everything that's happening in this world. Thank you, Rashuan. What's happening in this world in which we live. It Futurama symptoms, Family Guy, where are the same? Thank you, Ryushin. The writers are 33rd degree Masons. That's right, God style. It's right in our face is what it is, right in our face. Occultum, yes. Looking, thank you. Luku, yeah. The occultum vril melanin, red clouds. That's right. The vril, the black goo. And they said even if a gaseous cloud, a black cloud were to come, we would have to more or less admit, the NIH, the National Institute of Health, would have to admit that that was a life form. Yeah. Scroll it up, the better creator. What do you got on here, the better creator? We've got lots of comments on here, and lots of them. And if I can't see it, I guess people will have to re-look at it because I will not spend very much time in here. It's not catching my eye at all. It's not. Yeah. Costa Sur, you all. Flesh Pit National Park in Texas, underground biological creature of unknown size. No, I'm not going to call the name over and over because I don't want it. And someone said in the last video we did last night that when they were younger, I think, some of the girls, they called out the name, and all of a sudden, massive wind started picking up. And that did it to them. It terrified them. They ran all the way home, never touched that stuff again. All the way home, you all. Just like that.